just filmed an entire video before this one. So what I'm telling you is that if my microphone was not working the entire time, I'ma beat some ass. Hey y'all, howdy and hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Mercy and my face is the reason I should not be allowed to play with makeup. I've decided to switch the tea to apple cider in honor of spooky season and the drama that I experienced preparing for this video. I was traumatized. In our last video, we walked the cursed corridors of Hex Hall. That Archer, what a yummy treat, am I right? Today, we are putting on our sunnies to look into the blinding light that is Obsidian by Armentrout. Obsidian is the first, if you don't count the Shadows novella, and the Luxon hexology. What an appropriate word. I feel slightly unprepared only because I didn't know about shadows until I started video prep. Obsidian is followed by Onyx, then Opal, Oblivion, Origin, and last but not least, Opposition. Now, I would love to be able to tell you I've read all of these books, but at this very moment, I've only made it to Opal. I downloaded a sample of Onyx, and it made me too angry to go on. Maybe I'll try again later, especially since I accidentally bought, there's another one, it's like a pink cover, something. I'll also put it over here. I did not know that it was like way part of the series. It's like a spin-off of the series. So if I want to read that book ever and get my money's worth, I eventually have to finish this series. Also, when I was preparing to make this month's videos, I ordered the physical copies of the books that I didn't have. And what I'm telling you is that Jennifer is a genius, okay? I read all of the digital book, but in the physical book, there's a whole section that has pages from Damon's point of view. That's what I needed in my life. Oh, sneaky girl, and you won't even know unless you get the physical book. Katie Swartz. She moves to a new town after the passing of her father so that her and her mom can get off to a fresh new start. So they arrive at this small town in the middle of nowhere, basically really isolated, nobody around. I'm talking, as we soon find out, this town only has one stoplight. That's what kind of small town. I went to college in a town like that. After being harassed by her mother, Kate goes next door to inquire about directions from her neighbor, brooding Damon Black. And it's an instant match made in heaven, except it's not. Damon is instantly rude and overly hostile. Kat manages to get her directions, but not before some witty banter and Snyder marks are exchanged. At the store, Kat encounters Dee, who is obviously related to Damon. They immediately become fast friends and start to hang out against Damon's wishes. As I mentioned, Damon is 100% against this and picks fights with Kat whenever he has the opportunity in hopes that he will run her off. After one particularly nasty fight, Dee blackmails Damon into hanging out with Kat and apologizing, though it seems to backfire. Damon keeps coming round and round and Kat unknowingly catches feels for the man. Until one day after an argument, Damon upsets Kat, she runs off into the distance like a damsel in distress and almost gets hit by a car. Who comes in to save the day? Damon. He's forced to reveal his secret to save her life. Isn't that always how it goes? With this revelation though, Kat, the Black family, and their friends are all in more danger than they've ever imagined. Now they have to protect Kat as well as the town, but the question is Kat up for the challenge? Matthew Garrison. At first, he's just some D-bag that comes gallivanting out of the Black's house, ranting and raving about how inappropriate it is that Damon's hanging out with Kat. He's the guardian figure for the Black twins as well as the Thompson triplet. Though he doesn't trust Kat, and possibly with good reason, he does eventually warm up to her a little bit after discovering that Kat did in fact save Damon's life. Andrew, Adam, and Ash, Thompson triplets. AAA, if you will. They're family friends of the twins and pretty much grew up together. Andrew isn't too important at this time, just know that he has a terrible attitude. Adam is dating Dee, and out of the three siblings is the warmest towards Kat. He's curious about her and trusts her with their secret. Ash, on the other hand, is an Ash hoe. Stereotypical icy blonde bombshell. She and Damon had a fling once upon a time, but that doesn't really matter to her so much anymore. However, when Kat enters the picture, Ash gets all ferocious and mean girl. She whips out the claws. Because even though she truly doesn't want Damon, if she's not with him, then nobody is. D Black, Damon's twin sister and Kat's best friend. Dee is really excited when Kat moves into town, especially when she finds out that they're next door neighbors, because she's always wanted a friend her own age, more specifically a human friend. But Damon never feels that that's a safe option and scares away all her potentials, except for Kat. Dee is a great friend for Kat and helps her come out of her shell and get over her father's death. Well, move on from it. Damon Black, brooding, attractive, until he opens his mouth, that is. You know those people that are gorgeous to look at, but then they start talking and all they have to say is offensive and or cocky and arrogant. So then where they used to be hot, now they're just making you uncomfortable and you want to leave. That would be Damon Black. He really loves his sister and tries his hardest to look out for her, though sometimes that is at the cost of her own happiness. He wants to keep away from Katie and keep Dee away from Katie as well, but at the same time he feels drawn to her. When he uses his powers, Damon is a Luxon, and so is his sister and the 3 triplets. And Matthew Garrison. They're from the planet Lux. Basically, they're beings made of light. And so when he uses his power to save Kat, he has to reveal that to her. And whenever a Lux uses their power around a human, it leaves sort of like a halo of light that can be seen by other Luxon as well as Aram, who are murderous dark creatures. Because of this, until the little halo fades, Damon has to spend quality time with Kat. At least he gets to explore his feelings. Katie Swartz. Katie, Kat, or if you're Damon, Kitten. Fresh out of Florida, her and her mom are just trying to get away from their old life and memories of the passing of the husband and father. It's also supposed to be a chance for Katie to get out, explore, meet new people, rather than staying holed up doing book reviews for her blog. I don't see the problem. Except making new friends is how Damon and Dee get into the picture, and her life has been a wild ride ever since. She senses something is off about the pair, but doesn't get her proof until Damon saves her life, and she is stuck with him until the coast is clear. She finds him attractive, but that's easily ignored when his personality comes into play. Besides, she wouldn't want to give up her friendship with Dee just for a strange, awkward encounter with Dee's brother. Unfortunately, that will soon backfire when they end up bonded at the end of the book. Advice 1. You teach others the way you want to be treated. The way Damon treats Kat, though at first somewhat understandable, especially when you see it from his perspective, is completely unacceptable. However, something that Kat does generally well is maintain her dignity and hold her ground. She doesn't let Damon or Ash bully or walk all over her, and you shouldn't let anybody do that to you either. 2. Looks are not enough. If someone sucks but they're really attractive, that's no reason to excuse their poor behavior and or manners. Looks fade and change, and then what? You're stuck with a butt face inside and out. As cliche as it sounds, it all starts with beauty from within. 3. No, this is incorrect. Your best friend's brother is not the one for you, unless you brought it up to them and discussed it. In the book, it's cool. In real life, sometimes it's cool, but then sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it really, really is not. When in doubt, do not risk it to get the biscuit. 4. Listen to your mama. No explanation needed. Today, I will leave you with this. 1500 years ago, everybody knew that Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everyone knew that the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that humans were alone on this planet. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. Agent K, Men in Black. This book is interesting. It has sort of like a simple quality to it, but that's also what I enjoyed about it. I'm gonna have to go through my library because when I remembered that I actually do know who this author is, I guarantee that I have plenty of her books. Yeah, I say give it a read. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like this video. Don't forget to comment down below and hit that subscribe and bell notification. And I will see you lovely little lemon drop aliens in the next one.